Hello. So I went to Nottingham. I did manage to get some eggs from Auntie Claire or Auntie Claire's chickens. I've used some of them. I'll save them there so they don't get knocked. Um, and we got this. This is downloaded. You can see I did quite a few numbers using Keypad Mapper. Not everywhere, but we'll use that. So I'm just going to remove that layer because opened up Keypad Mapper and then downloaded the existing OSM data. We can see my GPX traces plus, oh that's interesting. So there is some existing, we'll change that to red, from other OpenStreetMap users. There's a couple of notes and then the photos I took. What I can do is try and work out where these plots were, and I can link them to the fence. So there we go. And what I'm doing here is, so I think that must be like that. I'm adding using A to add a node into the hedge. I'm selecting that one, I'm holding down Control, selecting the other one, then I'm pressing M to merge. And we can add that with an entrance. This is going to take me a bit of time, so we'll probably do the usual, play some music and see how it goes. This we can go man-made water tap, and we can go drinking water. It's no, maybe we don't need to do that. I think it's confusing. It's on private land, so I don't think anyone would be coming in here. But just to make it clear, there's a few apps I think that look to find where you can refill your bottle, so we can just make sure they won't turn up on that. But they could be used to manage and know where water taps were. So there's a notice board here. This one didn't have any signs on it. So we'll do that. It's possible it doesn't have any signs on because they forget it's there. I don't know. One might do, I think I might ignore the taps, do a pass of this, and then come back and do the taps again when I've got them in paste. So this, I took a picture, my finger there. It's easy to do left, but R's on the right's a bit trickier. So that's what I was doing there. So this is entrance, yes. Yes, house name is Cafe's Allotment. As I say, I'm mapping them just using Keypad Mapper, so it's keeping the house number, house name, but I think it works enough for addressing. So these each have little pictures on. I think there is a way you can do symbols. Yes, I can just go symbol equals wishing well for that one, because then you might want to make a map that makes use of these. But I can't tell what they are because that's not a great picture. Probably some kind of tree or fawn. We'll leave that one. So where did we go? Oh, this was entrance. So this was an upsetting one because this was an organisation called EcoWorks, and I don't know which plot is theirs. Could be this very tidy one. That looks like it might be planned. But there's a gate there, so we can do barrier gate. We can do some. EcoWorks, and if I'm wrong, someone can move them around, as is the case of OpenStreetMap. So I could put a notice here for EcoWorks. We could actually start using this as can define our own plot type, and then you could do a search for those, or if you were making a specific allotment map, that will make sense. And there was a car park here. Oh look, see someone's mapped this, called it Urban Nature, so we can actually put the correct name, the Urban Nature Gardens. We can then call it, what did we say, Leisure Garden. And put the entrance. Yes. Name calls the other nature gardens. Okay, and if we find, where did we have one of these? Then put that. Nature gardens. So we know it's got a sign about it. there we go, and even put in some of that. There's another plot here. Oh, that's EcoWorks. Okay. Now, the sign was there, but you'd clearly, even from the main entrance, you'd walk all the way around there. So, I guess they moved. Leisure Garden, which means, actually, so this sign is probably outdated and should probably be moved or removed, but that's an example of OpenStreetMap. Surveyors, we go everywhere, try to walk everywhere, and we look at what we actually find and what's there. So which one did it do is equal? So we can delete that, so we don't know if it's an entrance. We can see that should have linked up there. And yeah, that is EcoWorks. I think I could change it slightly and just okay, so that's taken me just over an hour and 5 minutes to map all from all the notes I got. You can see some tracks I managed to get all the numbers. Others, if there's not so many signs or I didn't pay as much attention. I'm going to take a break. I could save it, but I'm going to just take a 5-minute break, get a drink, and then I think I'll tidy this up and do some of the hedges as well. So yeah, there's still more tidying and work to do. Okay, so first I'll look at where the water things are. So I'm going to copy this one, set it to align to the map to where it is, and then we'll just step through finding the ones that were the tap that I didn't do. clear to see. Let's get that down here. Kind of need someone to go here, see if there's an entrance and a path. Looking fairly good and detailed now. There we go. So yeah, that just doing the hedges and the water taps, that's taken me about 30 minutes. One thing I do want to do, and you'll notice some of the paths like this have access private. I think they all go with private. Yeah, so I want to get these other paths because we don't want them used for navigation, and this may get a bit tricky to find, but essentially I'm going to mark them all as private. So I'll add access private, and that should mean that nobody gets routed trying to cut across. I'll add it to that one as well. But yeah, I suppose that's all kind of the mapping I've been able to do. Lots of detail. There's this note that we've done that. So I'll upload this, save it to OpenStreetMap, and if anyone wants to make a map of the allotment, they can download the data, install it using the usual GIS tools. If you're lost, maybe you're visiting your aunt who has an allotment here, or someone trying to find your way out, well, you'll be able to load up all the usual apps and maps that use OpenStreetMap, including OpenStreetMap.org. You'll be able to find your way out, hopefully. And that's pretty much it. So I'll just leave you with the usual image of what OpenStreetMap looked like before and what it looks like after my hour and a half sat at the computer mapping.